We are currently in the Needles district of Canyonlands National Park in Utah. That is Paul Bunyan's Potty. That's what it's called. Very strange name. But we're on the road through Horse Canyon in our Jeep. You have to get a permit on recreation.gov in order to drive it. But yeah, it's very pretty. Haven't been here before. I've been to the Needles, just not this bit here. But we're gonna camp out in Devil's Kitchen tonight, which is kind of in the backcountry portion of the Needles over Elephant Hill. So yeah, we backtracked like a very short bit. Like, I don't know. I mean, it was like right over there where we were before. And up here is a Native American granary, I think, where they would store food. Pokey plants. Oh, getting caught on my clothes. But yeah. Alright. I will restart this in a second while I figure out how to navigate getting up here. Here's the other side of it. Obviously, don't like touch the walls or anything because it's a very fragile archaeological site. Yeah, pretty cool. We're gonna continue on our way down to well, the end of the road, obviously. We are now at a place called Tower Ruin. You can see the Jeep down there. And that is the direction we came from, up Horse Canyon. And you probably can't see it, but there's like a little arch up there in the very, very background. And up here is the ruin. And this is like I think it's an Ancestral Puebloan cliff dwelling. So most of the ones we've seen are from like the 1200s. I don't know how old this one is, but you can see all the timber and rocks and stuff up there in that alcove. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's very desolate out here. And even though it's only like, the Jeep says it's like 52 degrees, but I think it's closer to like 49 maybe, or 48. It's actually, it feels pretty cold. And I'm not just saying that because I'm from California and can't, or don't do well with cold, because I think I do pretty well with cold. But yeah, we're gonna continue down Horse Canyon to the end, see a few more things, and then eventually we will be going into the backcountry. Well, this is already backcountry, but even more into the backcountry, where we're staying at Devil's Kitchen, which is you also have to have a permit to go into the Needles backcountry if you have, unless you're day hiking. So, yeah. But it's a really tough 4-wheel drive road, if you can even call it a road. So now we're pretty close to the end of the road through Horse Canyon. Very pretty. And now we're gonna turn around. We're having lunch right now, but we're gonna turn around and go to back to the main road, to paved roads, and then get off paved roads again and go over Elephant Hill. Oh, and I forgot to mention that those pictographs that we went to are called 16 faces, even though I think there's only 11, so I don't know where they get the 16 from. Good morning from our campsite at Devil's Kitchen in the Needles District of Canyonlands National Park. We're gonna go take a little loop hike. Well, not little, it's like 10 miles, I think. So it's fairly long, but yeah, it's finally sunny. It was like on and off, very lightly snowing this morning. It was weird, like tiny little snowflakes. But yeah, hopefully the weather will be good. I'm all layered up because now it feels warm, but earlier it felt cold. Bipolar weather. So I'm gonna go through one of those two holes or cuts in the needles and over into Chesler Park, and we're gonna make a whole like kind of loop out of it. There are some very impressive rock formations. Also, there's some, I saw a few more snowflakes. They're kind of just, every once in a while you'll see a couple. Yeah, there's another one. Super weird. The weather doesn't know whether to be warm or cold. Like as soon as the sun goes away, it's freaking cold again. You can see the island in the sky and Junction Butte all the way out there past those needles over there. Cool. Cool little gap or notch here, heading towards Chesler Park. I forgot my tripod and the thing that's supposed to produce wind noise, so that sucks, but what are you gonna do? We're in Chesler Park. And we're gonna drop down into, I believe, Elephant Canyon pretty soon. We have now made it back to our campsite here at Devil's Kitchen. Devil's Kitchen number 1, and then down there's 2, 3, and then finally 4, which is a really cool one. It's kind of got like a weird overhang thing. But yeah, and there's pit toilets. I think this one's shared, but there's 2 maybe? I don't remember how many we went by. I think there's only 2. But yeah. We're the only ones here right now. That's where the road from Elephant Hill comes in, if you can call it a road, because it really isn't a road. And you can come in here. Or if you go out that way, it takes you out to the Devil's Lane, which is a Graben, they call it a Graben Valley or something like that. And then if you go further out that way, you can go down the other one-way section leading to Elephant Hill from the other direction, because this is a one-way right here. But that's what we're going to do tomorrow. We're going to leave, and we're heading towards Bullfrog, where we're staying the night, and then we're going to go into Capitol Reef the next day. Tomorrow, I don't know what we're going to do. We have a permit for Lavender Canyon, but we might not do that. And we're also going to go over the Cedar Mesa on our way to Bullfrog. So stay tuned for that. Here are some Native American pictographs located in the Devil's Lane, which is this kind of like long sort of plain between all the rocks, and we just drove over a whole bunch of tumbleweed. But we're gonna go that way eventually and head out Elephant Hill and back to civilization. now in Monument Valley. Unfortunately, something came up at home, so we have to go home now. So we're not going to Bullfrog, we're going straight home to California. But at least we're heading through some scenic stuff. Yeah. I don't have much else to say, but we're gonna probably end up in St. George tonight. Probably. It's been about a week since we came home. I've finally started working on editing this video. But anyway, hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe, comment if you like, share it with other people. Thanks for watching.